saying that it was get on me, but ladies being very pragmatic, we focused on senior issues only. And then we felt that these are the main concerns of the seniors. Management of health, physical health, medical care, financial health, like insurance, which you have already covered. We have insurance, but like Carol said, it's very cumbersome. They don't pre-existing conditions. The moment you are sick, they go and put a cap on the next. They increase your premium, they put a cap on the next. Emotional health, active aging is really sort of necessary. And most of the thing is, in terms of if you have dignity and contentment, you will probably overcome a lot of problems in health. The other problem we discussed was in terms of many facilities that people are talking. We are talking about hardware, homes, retirement villages, concrete structures and things like that. But our group focus, one of the main things that seniors need is companionship. Somebody whom you have a companionship with. Like you pointed out, you go, and also we must recognize one cap doesn't fit all things. There are various people at various stratas of society and various levels who require different kinds of things in that. So that is really necessary to recognize that diversity and therefore cater for that. We also recognize that most of the seniors by 2030 will not be uneducated people who will be sitting and then probably drinking beer in a coffee shop. They will probably be people who will be educated, who will want to some inputs, who want to have intellectual activities, and who want some dynamism. And we have to cater for that. But at the same time, there may be some people who are really at the lower end of the society. You cannot forget that they are there, and you must cater for them, and that diversity catering is probably very important. Housing is another area we were discussing, and there was a lot of comments that came through. What kind of a housing do you need? You spent your whole life earning and building a bungalow, and then when you become old, suddenly you say you move into a 3-bedroom apartment or into a community home. Is this really what they want? But on the other hand, the house is too big, your children are not living with you, you have to clean the house, and you want maids and things like that, and obviously it may not be very feasible. Some compromise is really necessary. Transportation is one thing which we really discussed, particularly from the seniors' point of view. And everybody in my group had some experience of seniors or others managing them. And there must be seamless handicapped senior mobility in Singapore. There's a lot of things that is coming on, but at the end of the day, you come from an MRT station, there are 2 steps you get down, there's a ramp in the HDB, and everybody says, oh, all the HDB houses have nice ramps. But then the continuity between the MRT station and the HDB apartment is not really maintained. That seamless transportation is really necessary. Affordable transportation. Taxi prices are going up, MRT prices are going up, buses are going up, and in most countries, seniors travel for a nominal. Australia, for example, a senior can travel for $2 for the whole day wherever they want to go. It's only recently that we said seniors can travel all day with concessional fares. It used to be peak hours only at the previous time. But at the end of the day, the other thing seniors would really like is some dignity, recognition for what they have contributed. Senior, when you become a senior, it doesn't mean that you have been a useless fellow all your life. The younger generation tends to think that he is really sort of useless. You are there because your seniors have contributed to your welfare and your education, things like that. And when you do something, seniors don't think that you are doing them a great favor. You are simply paying back a part of the retribution that you have had. We focused on 2 issues. One is the management of health. Healthcare infrastructure, environment, senior-friendly buildings and transportation, which I have already mentioned. Finance, insurance, which we have mentioned. Types of jobs with dignity. Means testing is really a mean testing. Because at the end of the day, what is really happening is you are taking the means test on the average of the family. You are expecting my son to take care of me in my old age, and you are simply saying because your son is earning a little bit more than that and living in a house, you are not able to let him do it. Do the means test on the individual and not the family as a whole thing. You may lower it, you may higher it, whatever it is, but tweak the policies. Basically, it doesn't mean you should eliminate the means test. There should be some degree of equitability, but at the same time, be realistic in your means test. There's a lot of emotional health management that is required. Active aging, not only for the body and the mind, RSVP is the best example for that. In RSVP, we have actually maintained that what we want to do is not to see how to handle a senior citizen in his days of distress. We want to prevent that. That preventive thing about becoming seniors is one of the most important things that we really need to think of. Continuing education. I think it was Spencer who said education has for its best objective the formation of character. And I think in modern Singapore and as a world trend as a whole, education is for making money. And I think we have to somehow balance these things and get that picture right so that values and technology goes together. Self-actualization is another thing we really consider, and I think that is a very important aspect for seniors how to get to self-actualization. Now, intergenerational gaps. When we talk about intergeneration, you talk about a grandmother or a grandfather taking hold of the grandson and walking into the park. If the middle generation is not involved, the sandwich generation is not involved, there is no way you can transmit the values from one generation to another generation. All it will happen is the father will be disappointed that the grandparent is very lenient with the son, and the young boy thinks that the father is too disciplined, therefore I'll go to the grandfather. If the sandwich generation is not involved, your intergenerational programs will be a complete flop. And I think it is really necessary to recognize this. We also wondered for senior citizens what retirement is all about. Well, somebody said, retired. You are tired and then you are tired again. But I think one of the best things that can happen is probably eliminate the word retirement and you are probably all right. As long as you are able to work to the best of your ability, you continue to work. May not be in the same category. I think somebody else brought that point out. May not be in the same category, but some dignity is necessary for them to be financially independent. I don't want to go to my son and say, son, I want to take my friend for coffee. Can you give me 10 cents? I don't want to do that. Continuing source of information is really necessary. And what is equally more important is continuous participation. You want to be involved, you want to be doing things, you want to be part of the society. You don't want to be a senior citizen isolated in a home. Somebody said playing drafts or chess or caroms. You don't want to be a senior citizen. You want to be involved. I want to be part of the society. I want to be part of the policy making. I want to be I want to be the advisor. I have spent, I shouldn't reveal my age, but I'm probably second oldest or third oldest member in this group. I don't think I should be able to sort of really say, oh, I can't do anything, I'm useless. And that sense of uselessness should not come with senior citizens. I think that's basically what we have discussed. Anything else my team wants to add to this?
Something? I was going to suggest to him spell the word retire differently. R-E-T-Y-R-E.
Thank you very much for that sharing. It's very humbling for me as well, sharing. We've gone through 3 of our sessions, wonderful, good sharing, but I do notice